Hello, today we are going to install locks on a Ford Custom. As for the placement of the locks on this rear door, we can choose any height from the lower edge all the way up. But we prefer to avoid the first 10 cm on the left rear door. Here is extra insulation and a double plate that can cause issues. So if you have the choice, place the lock a bit higher on the rear door, but it is possible to install it down there if you prefer. Regarding the installation on the side door, we should place the lock at the bottom, right before this bump. We will put the lock here where my hand is. The reason we want this is because the rivets come in the post that we use to secure the end plate with. It is possible to install the lock higher up on the door if desired, but then the rivets will be visible from inside the body. So if you want a concealed installation, we place the lock at the bottom. And if you have discussed with the customer that there will be visible holes on the inside of the body, then you can move it up and place it higher. But please follow the recommendation and place it at the bottom. We will clean the surfaces of the Ford Custom before we get started. When we place the template on the rear door, we move the drill template 5 mm sideways to the right. To the right. We have not placed the black line at the door leaf, but we have moved it in so that the hole drilling will be optimal on the opening door. On the side door, we place the template with the black line on the door to follow the line neatly and tidily. We mark the holes that we will not drill on this rear door. On the side door, we mark the holes that should not be drilled. The 4 holes on the left rear door, we will move 2 mm to the right for better clearance. On the right rear door, we drill all 4 holes in the center. On the side door, we angle slightly downward and inward for better clearance on all 4 holes in the body. On the opening door of the side door, we drill 3 holes in the center. We cut the drilling template so that we can open the doors. We start by drilling all the holes with a smaller drill. Open the left rear door to allow for a breakthrough when you carefully drill through. Drill these 3 holes completely all the way through. For the outermost hole, we only drill through the outer panel. Drill through the outer plate and the reinforced plate behind. We open the side door before we drill to avoid breaking through to the pillar. Drill all 3 holes completely through. Change the drill to 6.5 mm and drill the 3rd hole from the top to 6.5 mm all the way through the entire post. We also drill 3 holes in the opening rear door on the right to 6.5 mm turns. The 2 outer holes and the 1 in the middle are through holes. Drill with a 6.5 mm drill bit into the holes for the final latch. Behind the outer plate, there will be a diagonal plate that you need to align sideways and drill through. An extra plate will be behind this one, and it is angled. If we drill now, the drill bit will veer to the right, so we need to drill it slightly angled to the left. Carefully open the side door and gently drill 3 holes through at 6.5 minutes with precision. Change the drill to a 9mm size and drill the 3 remaining holes to 9mm only in the outer plate. Drill all 4 holes in the side door's body to 9mm. We still need to position the rear plate diagonally to the left. So we take the outer plate straight, then we angle the drill and go through the other plate at the back. Attach a 7.5mm drill and carefully drill the hole at the far end of the right back door to 7.5mm. Keep in mind that the post will be just inside. When you are drilling, make sure to proceed with great caution and precision. It is crucial to maintain a steady hand and focus on the task to ensure safety and accuracy. Take out the drill template for the emergency cable and stick it on the inside of the post so that the middle hole aligns with the hole on the post. Center punch in the middle of all 3 holes. Use a smaller drill and drill through the outer plate at all 3 holes. Change the drill to a 7mm drill. Drill the outer plate. Drill carefully so that you do not penetrate through and damage the outside of the door. Use a countersink or a manual deburring tool and deburr. Use cavity wax thoroughly in all of the large holes in the body. Paint all of the available surfaces with necessary rust primer or touch-up paint. Now we will secure the rivets in the 9mm holes on the left back door. In the upper 2 holes we had a simple plate, so we used the long split rivet. In the bottom hole there was a reinforced plate, so we used the short rivet down there. When we install the lock at the bottom of the side door, we can use the original split rivet in the 2 lowest holes. In the upper holes, we should use the short serrated rivet so that the split rivet does not grip behind the double plate. This means that if you have placed the lock higher up, the short rivet applies to all 4 holes. When we place it at the bottom as we recommend, we can use split rivets on the 2 lowest. Replace the fitting on the tool with M5 and also the front piece. Install the short M5 rivets in the upper and the lower hole on the inside of the post on the right back door. Take out the black covers and mark on the right back door following the hole drilling. We continue to stick the covers on the side door as well. Use a thread locking compound and apply a click to the rivets. Use weak or medium strength Loctite appropriately. When necessary, you must not use strong Loctite. Take out a shim and 2 screws with balls in the head. Secure them in the upper and lower holes. Take out an end plate, a long screw that is 70mm and a short one that is 25mm with a countersunk head. large washer and a large nut and secure them onto the long through screw. Be very careful not to tighten the screw going through the post too much, as it may potentially cause the plates to bend together. Remove any excessive excess from the screw. Carefully take out a shim and 2 screws with balls in their head. Then securely fasten them onto the side door of the body. Take 2 screws that are 25mm long with a countersunk head and secure the end plate in the rivets. Take out a shim, a base plate, a screw that is 25 mm long with a countersunk head, a large washer, and a tall nut. Take out the lock that has an emergency wire. Place the lock in the pocket and thread the wire through the end plate and the shim. Then thread the emergency wire through the outer hole on the right rear door and out through the middle hole on the back post. Simply meet up with a washer and nut on the inside of the post. It barely goes inside the locking of the nut. Close the left rear door. Manually lock the lock bolt with your finger. Hold the emergency wire taut and place the lock next to the end plate. Then press the lock on the left side with your left palm so that it flexes out, allowing you to get behind the plate, and then pull the lock sideways. When you have tightened the lock on the rear door, check that the wire works with the emergency opening. Take 2 screws with balls in the head and a small washer and carefully, gently, securely secure the lock from the inside. Take the red emergency cable and screw to the left on the gold-colored fitting for about 8 full turns. Lock the lock manually with your finger. Thread the emergency wire through the small hole up and down. Here you need to apply force. If you pull the button, it will release by itself, but you cannot rewind the tape. If you have pulled the wolf too far, press down the fitting so that you can rewind the tape. When the lock bolt is in the locked position, pull the plastic button towards the inside of the post. Now it is very perfectly adjusted. Carefully screw the fitting in place now. Take 2 screws with a countersunk head that are M5 and secure the button in the rivets. After fastening the button with screws, check that everything is functioning properly. Then cut the wire at the bottom. It is advisable to press the button to access all the way up. Take out the bottom plate for the side door and cut off the tab, since we do not have an emergency cable. Now on the pond side door, we take out a shim, a base plate, a screw that is 25 mm long with a countersunk head, a large washer and a large nut, and secure them. Be careful not to tighten too much, as we could bond the outer and inner plates together. There is a small air gap between plate 1 and plate 2. Have a little flex in the base plate, but don't tighten it so much that we end up squeezing it together. Remove the lock housing without the emergency wire and manually lock the bolt with your finger. Place the lock next to the end plate. Put your left hand on the lock housing and press to get behind the plate. Then pull the lock to the left until it clicks into place. Unlock the lock with the key. Take 2 screws with a cooling head and a small washer and secure them from the inside. Close the door and test that everything works as it should. Thoroughly clean all the car's surfaces with compressed air, oil loosened with Cax lock oil.